All right, so here on question 2, we are answering some more questions on the data that was given, um, asking for the point of estimate. This I wasn't 100% sure on, but I think the point of estimate on the total cholesterol is just our sample mean that is given. That's my understanding anyway. Hopefully that's correct. Based on that, the standard of error, here's our formula I'm using to calculate standard of error. So we just take our standard deviation, the 29.66, we're dividing it by our sample size, the square root of our sample size, 133, and that gave me a 2.572 rounded standard of error there. Then it asks if we can apply our central limit theorem to estimate the population mean, and I believe we can because we have a large enough sample size. I know that everything I've read to this point throughout the semester said that you have to have a sample over 30 to be able to use the central limit theorem, so I believe that is possible. And then lastly, based on a 90% confidence interval, we are to calculate the range here. So with 90% confidence interval, that gives us a z value of the 1.645. We then can use the formula, which is the sample mean plus our z value times our standard deviation divided by our sample size, square root of our sample size. So I plugged in the numbers here, and that gives us our sample mean, the 21471 plus 1.645, which is our z-score, times our standard deviation, 2966, divided by the square root of our sample with 133, and that gives us a 21894, which, after being subtracted from the sample mean, or sample mean subtracted from our number, gives us a 4.23 range. So after subtracting that gives us a low range of 210.48 and a high range of 218.94 for our confidence interval. So therefore, to the interpretation of that being that with 90% confidence, we know our samples collected total cholesterol will fall between that range of 210.48 and 218.94.